All right. Purring kitty. Mm-hmm. Lunchtime. Smoking some McClelland from 2009, so it's a little mild, but it's just good stuff. Celebrated Sovereign pipe tobacco, a classic English mixture made with Syrian Latakia, Turkish Dubek, matured jet black Cavendish, bright Carolina, and red Virginia. A true connoisseur's tobacco. We are pleased to make available once again this original celebrated Sovereign pipe tobacco recipe. McClelland Tobacco Company, Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah. Smoking in a Milverton, Peterson. Let's see, can you see that? It's kind of cool the way they do that, but I don't know if that'll show up. Yeah. Just out. A little lunchtime. Mowing with the weed whacker. You know it's too tall, wouldn't it? Especially for that little push mower. It feels like full-on summer today. Beautiful day. So I got an email from a friend of mine, also a co-worker, who, about my age, a little younger, has been troubled with some cancer, which developed against his lower jaw, and he had this big puffed out area. So they took care of it, but it did apparently kind of get into his bones. That's no good. So he was doing some immunotherapy, which is kind of a new, innovative grass and schmutz that blew up from the from the weed whacker. And he was doing pretty good, looking good. But he just sent me an email, and he's over in the hospital in Seattle. All kinds of issues, and just like, boom, it just kind of all fell apart. So, I hope he makes it through this. But, wow. Once again, do what you want to be doing, because, you know, from our little seat on the roller coaster, things look different than when you're sitting outside the roller coaster looking at it at various places along the track, you know. So sometimes we can't tell where we are on the roller coaster ride. I would say that's kind of usually what the case is. So, given that, not that you have a green light to be a hedonist or anything, and you certainly don't want to hurt anybody else in the process. However, live your life, you know. Don't live everybody else's life that they think you should be living. Although by this time in life, I'll tell you what, you know, you get so used to that. I mean, we're trained to conform. We're trained to, if you were raised kind of middle class like I was, you know, don't make waves. This is what you should be doing. And so you do your best to conform with that. I think most people try their best. Now, some people just have a harder time than others being good. But I think with the means that they have, most people actually are trying the best they can, you know. So Anyway, Eric, buddy, I would do anything for that guy. I really would. You know, he's long-term fire service, and you get all kinds of exposed to all kinds of stuff through that. But who knows? You know, maybe it was his genetic makeup and circumstance, and who knows what else. So, anyway, I'm thinking of it. About all you can do. You know, offers to help. And of course, you know, he's a typical guy. I don't know all that categorization. You're an alpha, you're a beta, you're a whatever. I have no idea. While he was a fire chief for years, I don't know that he's actually alpha. I think he's got kind of a little different perspective on him, which is great. Anyway, thinking of him, I would do anything for him. I really would. So we'll see how it all goes. There was a fundraiser last night. See, it's getting to be pie season. It's getting to be county fair, pie competition season. Not really till August, honestly, but and reasonably enough, you know, they often require that you live in the county that you're competing in at the county fair. So that weeds out interlopers like myself. Except for a couple of fairs. The local one in my county, and then there's the Central Washington State Fair in September, which I would like to enter again, even though, I don't know, that kind of got changed. We'll see. It's fun to do that. So there was a fundraiser locally, kind of a big dress-up event and an auction and stuff. And so I made a blackberry gala apple pie to auction off, and then also made a certificate for a pie class, like in their kitchen, any pie they want, and we'll make a pie together. You know? So I'm curious what that auction for. The folks who were running the event, I'm sure they're just like blasted today. So I'll hit them up. Maybe tomorrow or Monday. See how much stuff went for. I'm curious. And then I hadn't been out to Big Valley to mow for a while. I'll put a few pictures at the back or at the end here. It gets pretty high out there pretty quick. And it's been that kind of spring where not too much moisture, just enough warmth, so it's really green. So went out there with the DR and opened up most of it. Not all of it exactly, but the other parts can probably wait a little longer. But it was like, whoa, this is really... I remember when I first bought that property that first summer, because I bought it like around Christmas. And then that first summer I went out there and it was like, holy moly. The reed canary grass was like 7 feet tall, and I kid you not, it was well over my head. And it was like, oh, how do you deal with this? You know, so I took a machete and kind of cut a trail through there, and then I bought a decent steel gas weed eater with a blade, a triple blade on it. But there's a lot of area out there, and that was maybe not the right tool, too small scale a tool. So finally I found that used DR mower the first time, and that set me on the course of DR mowers. So the DR that I have now It's only got that single cylinder Honda GX 390, I think, 10.5 horse. But wow, it goes slow enough and it just chomps through it. So you got to keep the blade sharpened too. But that's a good motor, good engine. It seems to really run well. Not cheap. Costs more. Yeah, actually more than the first new car I ever bought, which was a 78 Chevette, which was $3,200. And the DR was like $3,500. But it's proven its worth. I mean, it's the right tool for out there. Now, if I had an LLC, you know, a little company, I could write that off as a bit, but all those games, I tell you. So, not really worth it. Because I have no income, really, to write it off. I mean, I did have the income from logging 20 of the 58 acres. But you can only apply that for a few years, I believe. So, yeah, it's just such a game. And I'm just so not a game player playing that game. I wish taxes were flat. Everybody pays everybody, unless you're blind and 80. I'm sure there'd be all kinds of categories of people who wouldn't pay, but I mean, it should be a flat tax for everybody. And I know that's regressive, and it's not socially engineering. You know, that's why all the tax code is the way it is. It's designed to social engineer. But if it was just simple, understandable, and fair, I think this world would be a better place. But it won't be. I mean, there's too much money, power, and profit to be made by not doing it that way. So, okay, I get it. So summer's here, or so it feels like. The old quip in Seattle is, it's not summer until the 5th of July in Seattle. So, you know, maybe this year will be. The Farmer's Almanac said cool and dry. So we'll see if that comes true. That prediction. Kind of like astrology. You have to want to believe it. The cat's laying there in the doorway. Take the camera. She's like a little dog. This is the smoking room, or the smoking shed. It's a garden shed, but doubles as a smoking room. So. Alright, well, I need to get back to it. Life is good. I'm not moving around that well. Walking is kind of weird with the knee, and then my left hip is kind of affected by that, and so things are kind of screwed up. But you know, hey, I'm breathing, I'm alive, I'm working, I like my job, I've got this great place to live. Life is good.